Hey, 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 welcome! It is Thursday night. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons here in the land of Exandria on the continent of Wildmount, in the area known as the Menagerie Coast in the city of Port Tamale. And we are going to have a good amount of fun. You can support everybody by giving some channel points, spending them channel points, give some inspiration, give some treasure boost like they need it. But do everything that you want to do to help everything move on. And if you want to play with us, you can do so by going to startplaying.game/gm/GM Balo, and you see all the games, including we have 2 slots open for tonight, if you so desire, and many others. So, let's see. Music provided by Tabletop Audio. There we go. Now, after a encounter with a gentleman in the Underseam, and after you all had made some purchases, you agreed to meet them in a location they described in the Tumbles, the modest and poor area of Port Zamali. And you wanted to take a night's rest to potentially get any amount of research or talk more or think about it before you enter negotiations for some of your more exclusive services.
I think Evelina's professor was going to get back to us.
Yes, there was a request for more information from the professor. It's interesting. So, yeah. So in that case, before it gets a little late in the day, is there anything you wanted to do? Good to move on.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Right,
Yeah.
cool. Sounds good. Okay. And Evelina. It's going to be someone interesting. You get a voice in your head of your old professor, or your current professor, really. Evelina. Requested information. I believe the Storehouse is good. Have worked with them before. But any who know how to wear light like a cloak can hide their intentions. I don't believe her death was an accident. That's it. You can respond if you want. It is a sending spell.
I was under the impression you were sending us a lecture, Professor.
I would never write about the Storehouse. Its duties are important and sacred. And part of it is so that there is no written record of its existence. For history, began shortly after the divergence. Keeping things stored that should never again be seen. Within their rules.
Very well. I appreciate your getting back to me as quickly and swiftly as you did. It's helpful.
After this, I can do this one more time. If you have a specific question or questions, I can try to be of service.
Who was this agent to you?
My spouse. We were married. Had children who've long gone on their own adventures. Our love was one. We both did what our hearts desired and got together to share our stories. I'll miss her.
All right. So, I assume we haven't rested yet, correct?
Correct. I'm sorry, I meant to mention at the top, I'll have to do 2 to 3 minutes to grab a pizza for the daughter. Because she decided she no longer liked hot dogs.
Oh, man. You have no one to blame but yourself.
It's true, I know. At any rate, what would you like to do?
I suppose I would return back to everyone else, and I would say the professor has gotten in touch with me. The storehouse is a go.
Well, that's good.
We
Cool.
will meet up with this individual and allow them to take us. Nothing hurts hearing an offer.
So, which apocalypse are we going to do first?
We're going to the storehouse before
Fair
we do
enough, I
anything.
guess.
So, I recommend everyone rest. You'll need it.
We're sleeping in the orphanage, right?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm assuming I wasn't there for the conversation. I have no idea if I'm going with you guys. I was just gonna go play with the babies.
Yeah, I'm definitely going back to my house where I have a room and a comfortable bed.
Hey, there are a lot of beds. You could just pick one.
Well, we'll see you in the morning, Beric.
I'm gonna spend the night.
Are you
or
sure that's wise?
I'm gonna spend the evening catching up with my mother, my brother, and sister.
Okay. It's delightful. Mother
No
takes a
mention
few-
of dying.
Yeah, your mother takes a few
Just-
moments to slap you. Though you don't mention things, she's
Being
not a
stupid.
stupid woman. And in a tone of seriousness she doesn't often have, she locks eyes with you by the end of the night and just says, I love you. Don't die.
And just like inaudibly under my breath, I'll like say again.
Spark is not going to go home because she's still afraid that those fire genasies are following her.
Okay.
And I think she'll tell Barrett that before he leaves. Like, I think they might still be following me. I'm not going home.
We'll be safe enough here.
The child seems to have been well cared for. Ointment put on its fleshy exterior. As the child who you do not have their name has just been taken
We've been calling it
care of.
Amila. Amila. Oh, the
No, the other one.
the other one.
The other one.
The kid taking care of the kid.
I know her name. I know her name.
She doesn't talk though.
The
No, she
kid
doesn't.
taking care of the beach ball.
Yeah.
That's okay. I have something to give her that needs to be taken to the vault.
Yeah.
The vault?
So I don't need to code your knife.
No, you don't. That
No,
has
she'll-
to go somewhere.
She'll take that.
The vault?
I'll just stick my head to her head
Mhm.
and hand it to her wrapped up.
Okay. You see this young child take this large sword and go deeper into the orphanage, into a cellar.
I feel like Caliber would want to spend the night with the baby and just like tell it some stories about back home in Draconia, like the nice ones, like how pretty it used to be, and
Can I
the
tell it
glow
a
of the
story?
Brimstone, and maybe sing it an Elvish lullaby because he also knows Elvish.
That's so cute.
I have a good story I could tell baby.
There's a you think it is shaking, but it's like a hum. The noise causes the vibrations, almost like its version of a coup.
Talking back to me.
Okay, so one time I was on this this boat with Barrick, who's a fucking idiot, by the way, Amelia. Like 0 out of 10 stars on Barrick. And anyway, there was this rock that was coming up and it was about to smash into our boat. And so I was like, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just light the rock on fire. Barrick was like, rocks don't light on fire, you big fat idiot. And I was like, watch me, bitch. And it did. I lit a rock on fire and it disintegrated and I saved us all. That's a true 100% real story, Amelia.
I'm really glad I'm not the one teaching the baby swear words.
I was like fully expecting Evelina to smack me and not let me tell that story. So I was very unprepared for what the fuck I was going to say.
I think she fell asleep. I think you might be safe.
Spark, you're allowed to tell stories to baby Amelia as long as they have less than 5 swear words in them.
That had like 3, I think.
I know. That's why I allowed it.
Oh, okay.
How about less than 1?
Less than 1?
Yes.
Like a half of 1?
We can always discuss this outside.
You're gonna lose your hand and your tongue.
What's a half a swear word?
Dang.
That's not half a swear word. That's not a. That's like. I think it would be like.
Pumpernickel's my favorite.
That's
I'm
not,
really partial to tough cookies.
maybe.
Shiitake mushrooms.
No, that's still not. Like I feel like maybe like piss, or dick. Those are not real swear words. Right? That's a half a swear word.
I mean, if you use the word Avernus, we all know what you mean.
Hell's not a swear word. It's a place.
It's 100% a swear word. Seeing as
You're not
people
here.
differentiate it by saying HE double hockey stick.
Hell's not a swear word. It's a place.
We could always just, go with fork and shirt balls and what are
Wow.
the other ones from that
Those are
show?
not swear words.
Linguistical studies aside. What, anything else for the night? I think we'll need
The
some
baby
other
react to
else.
my dope story or no?
No.
God damn it. It was a good story.
I mean, that you can see anyway.
One time your mom cut a dude's head off. That was dope.
I'm going to grab Spark and drag her out
There
of
are
that
no
room.
swear words in that one.
There was not a single swear word in that. What is the problem?
Why don't you sleep somewhere else?
Fine. You and your husband can sleep in the room along with your baby.
Hey, Spark, do you want to come torment a tabaxi with me?
Hells yeah, I do.
Okay.
Which
We're
is
gonna
not a
go
swear
harass
word,
Fitz.
for the record.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe we'll shave him. I don't know. Last time I only shaved half of him.
We could shave a mohawk into him.
Okay.
The child taking care of your child returns and grabs both of your hands at the same time. And
Whose hands?
Evelina's
Oh, okay.
and Hellebrim's. Sorry. And again, you see this same type of skin, it seems, as Kira has, as do all the children here.
Not all of them.
Majority.
Majority.
And the ones that don't seem to be on the outside, as if there's something they don't understand. And all the others do. And she takes your hands. There's a vision comes to you of her holding the child and her smiling and laughing. And you somehow know that she's thinking of a time when her skin did not look like this, when she was younger. Like, must be 2 years old, laughing with her brother. And then it goes out and you see the ball glow briefly. And then it's the same thing, but this time you see an enormous rounded creature that floats with 11 or 13 eye stalks, all ending in eyes, with a big eye in the center, a toothy maw, commanding these red-skinned orcs that rush in and seem to be taking children who look like her from a temple. And then it goes out and you see your child glow again. And then she shows you an image of her eating. And let's go.
So what does the skin look like?
This child's skin, the one that's been taking care of Moonchild, is it's like white with splotches of red on it.
And what kind of temple was it?
The temple was... It's hard to know what type of temple. You've never seen the architecture before. But it appeared to be carved out of bone.
Why did you want to show me this?
She points to. Are you calling it Amelia? Is that what you decided?
Amelia? Amelia.
Okay. She points to Amelia and then kind of puts her hand to her mouth, like.
She's hungry. No. Can I? I feel like Evelina would know what this is.
She's trying to communicate to you that the child fed when she experienced the emotions or memories associated with those events, when she thought about them while caring for her. That seems to be its diet.
Oh,
A lot cheaper than formula.
Strong emotional memories.
I see.
She nods.
Well, perhaps I'll share a story with the child too tonight.
Then, Elbum, you think back to when it kind of reacted when you were just singing, that just the emotional memory you were forming in the moment seemed to please it. And she nods, and then she pats herself, grabs your hands again, and there's an image of her and who you know to be her brother sharing a deep hug. And let's go, and she hits herself. And as she walks, you see another young man, same skin as hers, just about her age. You told him? She nods. You good? Let's go. And they walk off together.
My babies.
In that case, the day comes.
We're just gonna go shave Fitz.
And yes.
Deal with the repercussions of that later.
Very good.
Can we shave a mohawk though?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
I'll show you his stinky bell too.
He's
He's got a bell on his tail that makes him randomly fart once a day.
Can I put that on? Can I put that on Hellebrom?
Sure. We'll sneak it off him while he's being shaved. He'll be happy to be gone of that.
Yes.
All right, then. I gotta get a pizza from my door. I'll be right back.
Hellebrom, I got you a very nice bell. It goes on your tail. It's decorative.
Well, what doesn't it make sound?
No.
It doesn't.
It's a
Gives it a
silent bell.
shake.
You can shake it, it won't make any sound.
It's just pretty.
It is pretty.
I got
I'm
it
a-
for you.
I'm gonna roll insight against your deception.
Do it with advantage. I'm helping, Spark.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm not inside anything.
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll roll bad. Oh no! Good thing I had help. That's 12.
Oh,
I
it would've
let
been
you
so much
put
better
this
if you
sticky bell
failed.
on me.
It just makes you randomly fart once a day. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
I really just saw it and I was like, oh, Hellebrom would look great with this on his tail.
I let you put it on my tail.
Hell yeah.
FYI, I think I've shaved that cat like 9 times in game.
Too bad
feel
you don't
Their
have a
lives.
tail, Evelina.
Once for each of their lives.
Once for every time he pisses me off.
What if Evelina wore it as a necklace? That's even better.
You can't give it to one person and then take it away.
I just think it would look better on his wife.
Mm.
Don't you think, Evelina? I just really think
You're
that
right there,
Evelina should have
Evelina.
the pretty shiny things.
You're right.
She'll be better when she has a shiny
Thank
bell
you.
as a necklace.
No, thank you.
Halibrim has a farty tail.
All right. All right. Anything I need to know?
Halibrim has the bell on his tail now.
Okay. Very
He
good.
does not know what it does. It's just pretty. We
Yep.
rolled deception and insight.
Very good. All right. In that case, the night passes, and Spark sleeps with some of the other children. The parents sleep with their child.
Oh, we don't sleep. We teach them horrible games.
Is Rowan with us,
Eventually, we sleep.
or is Rowan allowed
Yeah,
to
I'm
sleep
with
in
you
the
guys.
same room as the baby? Okay, cool.
Are you watching your brother?
Yeah, he's touching my
Okay, thank you.
and he does turn to my chair.
All right. Then in that case, anything before you'd arrive at the location you were given?
Just that we meet up with Barrick and make sure that we're all ready to go.
Yeah, I'll just cast. I mean, it's 120 feet. I don't know how far away we are. I think we established that Mama's was pretty close to Sapphira's.
Yeah, we got the orphanage.
Which is right next to Sapphira's.
Right, but he wasn't at Sapphira's.
Yeah,
Right.
but
He's at
Mama's
Mama's.
isn't that far away.
Oh, yeah, but more than 120 feet, though. But...
Okay, fine. I'll use a fucking sorcery point and cast distance spell. Is it 240 feet away?
I can see y'all. Okay.
We all just meet up. I thought we told them we were going to meet up.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll just
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
You could have told the kids all sorts of evil stories about him, though.
All right. In that case, you meet up and you begin to make your way. Streets here are sunny and people are beginning to go about their business. There are the usual, though there are people who have drunk too much who seem to be sleeping on the street or making makeshift housing, though it seems to be much less from when some of you were here last. Things, for some reason, seem to be changing. And notably without your friend Righteous, who said a quick goodbye and went to figure out where they need to be in other parts of the world. You've made your way to the location. You stand outside. See, this has windows that have been boarded up, and it looks like the door, judging by the weathering, you see that the wood here is very, very weathered, except for lines that go across the shut door that seem to indicate boards that were once there somewhat recently. Otherwise, underneath it looks like fresh wood.
Is Kira coming with us?
You didn't invite her. Unless you want to invite her or talk to her about it. It's up to you. And Kira.
Did you want to come with us, Kira?
To where?
The thing, you were there for it. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
yes. I'm something fancy pants, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Eldritch Quinn.
Sure. I'll come.
Then you stand outside the door.
Does it ruin your plans if Kira comes, Matt?
Nope.
Caliber's gonna just open the door.
Spark, at this point, if you could ruin my plans. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's a challenge.
It is a challenge. I feel like I was just challenged.
Now you got two of us, Matt. Bring it on.
I did almost ruin your plans in Sunday.
True story.
I did really almost fuck that game really efficiently. Okay.
Oh.
I'm just saying, be careful what you say.
No. My point was, please do whatever you want. You open the door, and you see there are chairs for each one of you set out. A small table. I would say actually it's a rather large table. It makes so all of you could sit on one side, where there is another table for you're assuming Eldritch Quinn.
Right. Take a look around.
Sure, make a perception check.
So we all agree that I should probably do the talking, right?
Is it
It's
bad
a
that
14.
Is it bad that I think we should all equally do talking?
That's not how this works. Right? Just said that. One person has to do the talking.
You see on the floor there is arcane geometry sketched out in a circle around the area. And though it's scratched in dirt, it doesn't seem like it could be scuffed. You see the wind blow and none of it moves, or some type of permanence has been put onto it.
Like around the whole building or around where we're supposed to
Within the
sit?
room, this is one big room of a building. There's really nothing around except for this table and chairs, nothing on the walls. And it's dark, they're all boarded up. There is what looks like a candle that could be lit in the center. You see from the light coming in. And there's 7 of these concentric runic circles that come in a total of about 2 feet between all of them before it leaves the open space.
I'll light the candle.
No. Let's find out what the ruins do first.
Yeah, do I have any idea, like, what the runes are with my, like, arcane experience?
Make an Arcana check.
Can I do that
Awesome.
too?
So question for clarification. My goggles of object reading say that I get advantage when I'm trying to reveal information about a creature or object. Would this be an object?
Yeah.
I rolled a 24 Arcana.
I just got a 14.
You can see the effects here. One is non-detection. Another would be a hollow spell. And there were some other protective type of words. And the very last thing you notice that it's incomplete is teleportation.
Okay. I'll share that.
I light the candle.
I prestidigitated out because like our guest has or our host has not arrived. Don't.
It's a
put
candle.
things
It's supposed to be
before-
lit.
As soon as
You're
you
a
light,
candle.
As soon as you light the candle, because it lights and you see Eldritch in their chair. Oh, hello. As it goes in the darkness. Oh, you prefer the dark?
No! And I light the candle again. Idiot.
Excellent. All right. You wanted to have some discussion, so please take your seats.
I'll sit down.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
awkwardly wait for everyone else to sit down because I don't know where I'm supposed to sit.
Which chair looks like it's like the most important one? Like if there's one in the center or like one that's like slightly bigger, I want that one.
There is one. The one in the center does have armrests where the others do not.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
I sit on the.
I'd like to
closest
think-
the door.
I'd like to think that Spark literally bumps into me, like just dashing for that one, and like, ah.
Yeah. Oh, did you bring your child?
Yes.
You cast invisibility on it.
No.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, welcome. And he looks and kind of waves their hand at the door, and the door. Now we can be a little bit more out in the open about our intentions. Again, I'm here to offer at least partial, or I should say probationary membership into the Storehouse. We exist to keep dangerous things from dangerous people.
And who funds your operation?
Oh. We find our ways. Some things, often our agents will find objects that are not dangerous, but certainly valuable. And we will sell those. Of course, agents do get a cut of that, should they find it. And it is roughly given, usually without, shall we say, freely. Though those who would tend to hoard all that, we start to wonder what their intentions are. But that being said,
So, why us?
why you specifically? Well, not everybody can unleash a arm of a betrayer and live. Huh? Or do you not know what you actually touched?
To be fair, it didn't try to kill me.
She's the only one that saw it. So no, we didn't know as to what
It
that
was
is.
nice.
What exactly is an arm of the betrayer?
It's a
Oh,
Doesn't sound
betrayer's
nice.
arm.
Yes, because
Keep
we know
up,
so
Eric.
many beings that have weapons for limbs, Spark.
Shut up, you're making this
Generally, it's
dumb.
considered a first item, correct?
in a way, there were weapons forged in the time before and during the calamity to battle gods, both prime and betrayer, selected their champions, and forgers and weaponeers were made to make great artifacts of power.
Obviously, Eric.
And the arms of the betrayers are specifically ones that have an association with a betrayer god. Usually some type of imprisoned fiend or devil is contained within. And it seeks to do evil in this world.
So is that how you define dangerous? Whether it be a betrayer god or an item which seeks to do danger.
It was, what we're aware is that it was a kept item, one that was meant to be protected by many safeguards.
I didn't really mean to.
There is no judgment here. They're
I know, but I'm like, I didn't mean to. I didn't even really mean to find it, to be honest with you.
What's the full scope of the proposal exactly?
yes, because and he finally goes, and he puts his hands out as if he'd be willing to take them, but he doesn't take them because he's not going to intrude upon you. Like, he very obviously, like, unless you were looking for comfort, he's not going to go the furthering inches. Stops very purposefully. Goes, dear one, anything you did or did not do doesn't matter. You followed your instincts, and that is what the Storehouse is about. Planning is what we're about, as well as absolute instinct. And you bring plenty of instinct, as we can see, which is why you and all of you are considered for membership. Believe me, these things get loose, these things happen. It's fine.
I wasn't apologizing.
My mistake. I'll note that. The scope. Down to business. Very well. Ultimately, you'll be able to choose. There's various objects that we seek to acquire, keep safely in our storehouses. As part of your contract, certain objects are available for rental, so to speak. If you are keen to use them, and then can be exchanged for others, as long as they're deemed not too dangerous. But we do ask that it be that your interests primarily mean that of the Storehouse. When we talk exclusive, the Underseum has their own way they do business. Not our enemy, by any means. We've been known to partner from time to time. But certainly not in line with us entirely.
Yeah, they're definitely sketchy for sure, for sure, for sure.
There's no qualm with us spending our coin there, is there?
No, not at all.
The storehouse seems to be the interest of the storehouse is protecting Exandria at large by keeping dangerous items out of dangerous hands. How does the storehouse go about with other catastrophes that may be happening about the world?
We
Do
don't
you
get
take
involved.
direct interest in that?
Not at all. Though our members are not forbidden from interacting, should they desire, but us as a organization, with the war between the Kreen and the Empire, we took no action for the catastrophe in Zadash. We stand by, except to retrieve certain items. Even in Todori, there was an invasion of dragons. We don't involve ourselves.
How many
Though
teams do you have?
teams currently, we don't have any teams in the field.
Well, okay.
You said
That-
something happened in Zadash. What happened in Zadash?
We don't fully know. We believe it related to one of the demises of a small team that we had infiltrating a college. They were on an expedition into the Kurosaka jungle, and we thought they had all perished. all of our agents certainly did, but one student survived, and we believe it originated with something that they had brought from there. But we don't know precisely what or how.
And the storehouse's reach. You mentioned that there was a catastrophe on Taldori, and that may just be news that you heard of after the fact. Are you only working in Wildmount?
No. We,
Isilra?
of course,
Marquette?
yes, we, and all everywhere where there would be civilization. Be it Wildmount is our prime location, with Taldori as secondary. Taldori was the most touched by the elemental area. Way before the calamity, when the gods worked together, Wildmount is the site of the calamity itself. Thus, much of the warfare and artifacts thereof are to be found here, as well as all manner of quite honestly awful things. The other ones have their interests. But we have allied
So-
organizations that may call us in. Yes.
If you're all over Wildmount and the rest of Exandria, you must come by an awful lot of stuff. How do you store all of this? How do you protect all of it? Like, what facilities does it go to?
Safe ones. I would be happy to show you should you accept to be probationary members. If you have... I'm not going to give you the location.
I
currently.
guess that's a fair response.
So we can rent your equipment, some of the items you've collected over the ages, temporarily as we bring in, get a commission on things that we return. Is there a monthly stipend? Because if we're just out adventuring, trying to collect things for you, rations don't grow on trees.
Of course. Each of you...
Greasing palms also.
Of course. The different missions that you are to undertake each have with it a certain amount of gold that you may have for whatever difficulty it is rated by our board. And you will be given that much, but as far as you yourselves, all members, active teams, active simply means that no more than 2 months go by before you accept and journey upon another mission. Otherwise, you're considered inactive, not out, but simply inactive, and your stipend will no longer be there. But you are stipended 300 gold a month each.
How do you get to all these places?
Various means. It depends on the urgency of mission.
Well, say I needed to get to Hupperduke really, really quickly, and then get back really, really quickly. Is that something that you could do?
In theory, if the need was urgent enough.
Like, if I didn't get there fast enough, like, Rat was gonna be set loose, theoretically, would that be urgent enough? If I had to get one of the items that was needed to free Rat before somebody else got it, because they already have
Rat.
2 of them. That. Like, if somebody else had 2 of the items and they were already on their way there,
I see.
like, just theoretically, you know.
If you're talking about keys, I think I mean what you are referring to.
Theoretically.
We recover objects once they're in play.
This one's not yet.
Well, I'd have to look. You'd have to be more specific, and we'd have to look into your
All right.
mission. If you wish to submit a mission for consideration, that is something members may do. You have to understand, if we feel like they are opposing forces that are already in opposition to one another, we tend not to get involved.
Okay. So there are 3 items that could unleash the apocalypse if they're all put together. But we gotta submit a request?
Which apocalypse do you speak of?
Well, the one I'm talking about is the Firebird, named after a fucking rat of some kind.
That's a rat.
Yeah, the desert rat. That one.
I see. The Mount of Asmodeus, you think it's in danger of being set free?
Yes, I do. Theoretically.
Are we just gonna skip over the mount part?
The what part?
Mount of what?
Asmodeus, it's a thing, Kira. Just hold on.
Weirdest people.
Quite. We are aware of these artifacts. They are not of interest to the Storehouse.
So
You again are free to pursue anything you want between your jobs and missions, even with our loaned equipment.
what about the baby of a dragon god? Is that an item of interest?
The baby of a dragon.
Just
god.
theoretically, I'm just throwing out some things and just seeing where your interests are.
We exist to find items and keep them safe.
Okay. So, but not that one that I mentioned earlier, and not the baby of a dragon god. Not that one either.
What you mentioned of Deseret has been a war of mortal will versus godly influence for hundreds of years. And we do
Okay.
not get involved in wars.
But isn't that what all the items are?
No.
What about the arm of the betrayer god?
That is an item. That is an artifact.
Created by a
That-
god.
Created by, certainly, but not
Is-
currently involved in a conflict.
But it's sentient, so the will of the god is in it, and it's tempting mortals. Isn't that the same thing?
No, the will of the god isn't there, actually. It's a chained... For the spear, we believe it was a Glabrezu, actually.
So what items are you interested in then? Because it seems like all the big apocalypse ones you don't actually care about. And now I'm confused. Not to be rude.
Interest, official and unofficial, have a difference. You're asking me as a representative of the Storehouse. It's one thing. As an individual who cares about this world, it's quite another.
That didn't really answer my question.
The way these things are done is we simply... Most things we are interested in are not technically claimed as of yet. Lost, forgotten, recently discovered enough to not truly have an owner. Or, in certain instances, things that are created that need to be obtained, else balances are thrown off. They are decided by our board, who look at every request, an item that comes across, and they are weighed against relative strengths of current teams, as well as, say, many other factors. They are the ultimately deciders of what happens and what does not. Now, certainly if there was some object of importance, we'd want it. And I
Well,
do
if
not
you
know
say
of
no,
this
can I hire the
dragon.
Underseum?
If you wish to hire the Underseum, as long as you pay with gold and not favors, we wouldn't be opposed.
Okay. Wondering.
So the gist of it is go find unclaimed pieces of magic, bring them back, and we get paid.
Essentially.
Where do I sign?
And you save the world from a danger.
Not really,
doesn't know. No, really. You see, we are on the prevention side of the equation. We are responsible for the fights and wars that never happen.
Mm-hmm. Evelina, what do you think?
I'm sitting with my own ink pen and ink bottle just out.
Do we have choices over which jobs are on your post, or are they just assigned out?
You have choice.
All right. And how long is the probationary membership?
Well, in your case, it has been decided that it would be one mission. And we'll grade you on how well you accomplish the goals. And we make the final decision, of course, from the board itself, though my recommendation will carry weight as to whether you'll be admitted.
Fantastic. I'm in.
Rowan?
Do we get cool badges?
Yes, actually, but you're not allowed to show them to anyone.
That makes it all the better I'm in.
Hellebrum?
Well, I'm in. Although I do have a question.
Yes.
Do you know of any dormant volcanoes in the Sirius Mountains?
Isn't that just a mountain?
No, a dormant volcano is a dormant volcano.
We certainly.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure all mountains are dormant volcanoes. I'm pretty sure it's just a fucking mountain.
Should you tell you what? Either way, if you want me to tell you now, if you want, if we can look on the maps later, we can certainly find that if you desire. You have access to all the maps of the storehouse. Of course, between your times, there is some expectation of some organizing, but nothing too intense.
What does that mean exactly, organizing?
Tabulating and recording some of the objects.
Ew. What?
Just very routine. There are also other things like guarding and being on active guard occasionally. There's a roster. Much of it's still done by the board currently.
Do you have something that can help me get this item? Or get there before they do?
I can tell you that it may aid you. Let's say I can put you adjacent. As far as whether before or after, that would be up to you.
I think we need to get there pretty fast, guys.
I think we need to take a look around the storehouse.
Yes.
And-
I'm sorry for being so cagey, but we've not entered into our agreements yet. And
Precisely.
there are certain protocols.
Absolutely.
So, if you're in agreement, and he takes out a bottle of liquid and puts it in front of each of you. That is... Oh, did you have something?
I don't so much. I have prior allegiances that I do not wish to negate, but I do wish to be of assistance to this team.
Certainly.
So I would not require your stipend or your membership, I suppose. Let's say you're on the preventative end and I am on the cleanup end of things.
Quite. He goes, may I enter your mind so that we can be clear?
Yes, but do not open doors which are closed.
100%. And a moment passes. Yes, we accept your deals.
Thank you.
Anyway, before you are these bottles. These are a piece. You could say it will make you vulnerable to a very particular spell of ours, and only ours. Specifically one that would modify your memories. After probationary period, you will be provided the antidote. We do not hold this over one's head, but simply for this period of time. Plus, frankly, if you serve long enough, it wouldn't affect anyway. But for the short time for your probationary mission that you would choose, this would serve well enough. Simply accept that and drink it. Please, no shenanigans.
I down it.
I drink it too.
Just to stay in character, I'll do a quick insight check. That's a 16.
16. Yeah, very straightforward.
Okay, I'll take
About
it.
business.
I'll take it.
Did he tell me I had to drink it when he was in my mind?
Yes, actually.
Okay, I will drink it then.
You will help me find the heart.
This is back on your desert rat.
Yes. If I join, will you give me what I require?
You will have an option to be close to where you're telling me you think it is.
I drink it.
And he takes the candlestick and flips it over, snuffing out the flame, and you see a sigil on the bottom of the stick. That's the bottom is in silver, and it flashes. And you find yourself in an enormous room. There are ceiling here must be 300 feet high, built with molded stone, no mortar, as though the whole thing had been dug out smoothly. No marks, so no decoration, plain. Orbs of light hang over, giving pretty bright light throughout this area that much you cannot see the walls or where it ends. But all of you do sit now in a round table. It seems that there are shelving there's units here that seem to be of papers, different documents. There's maps very nearby. But all around you, each one at least 100 feet high, are racks and racks, and upon which are artifacts, items, books. You see one close to you, simply labeled the Sword of Kas.
Your reactions are killing me, Jonathan.
Overall, further, you see a small ball, about beach ball size, green and jeweled. It says Dragon Orb. Underneath it, it says Homeworld Kreen. And many other things, should you wish to look. It's almost
Nobody
overwhelming.
detect magic. You're going to get a migraine.
Around each one, there are runes, and you can sense magic fields. There's like a dampening effect on all of them, and each one has a little sense like it wants to break out. Eldritch canoes. Well, welcome. Many of the sentient items are in this section that we appear to be in. You'll find that, well, things move quite a bit. The magics around here cause everything to change. Why we have to catalog often. It's quite honestly the accomplishment of thousands of years to keep this many items in one place. Well, welcome to the Storehouse. Now, you, at any point, should you come here after your probationary period, there are rooms, and he points up, you see hanging down off the ceiling above all the shelve units that go 100 feet high, so hanging probably about 150 feet off the ground here are like individual, what looks like domicile rooms, or even small apartments, it seems, that just hang off the ceiling. You can even see above them, there might be ones attached above. And then even what looks like might be more specialized storage above that. Goes, you talked about cool badges.
Yes.
Yes. I honestly have no idea if they're cool or not, but there are badges. And he throws out one for each of you. These copper ones. Goes, these are quite, I think, fairly cool. And he takes one. He actually shows one symbol that he has, though you can see it is made out of platinum. He goes, no, yours should do the same as this. And he taps it, and he takes the shape of Evelina.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
He's like, oh. He taps it again, and he looks like Spark.
You look great.
Thank you. Goes, no, they all contain different enchantments, and I might add, should you have a spell that either someone here or one of you know, somewhat simple, it can be stored in here as well. Of course, the higher you move up, the more can be stored in these.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a clever trick.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, mechanically, what does that mean?
It's like a ring of spell storing, but with limitations for lower levels.
Correct. So this is currently a ring of spell storing that can store 2 level 1 spells. I'm sorry, 2 levels of spells. It could do a level 2 if you wanted to. 2 levels of spells, and has the cantrip Disguise Self.
That is cool.
It has disguise self as an at-will spell.
Yes.
So if I store a spell in it, I lose that spell slot, but it's in there. So, like, if I stored a first level spell in it and then I took a long rest, it would still be in there.
Yes.
That's the idea. Okay, cool.
So it essentially has its own charges, right?
You charge it up, and then you can rest and get back your slots.
That's cool. Okay.
So if at the end of the night you have extra spell slots, you can be like, yeah, I could use an extra copy of this tomorrow or
Yeah.
in the future, and it just stays there indefinitely.
Or your cleric can throw a cure wounds in each one.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
It goes, quite. Hey, one of my groups I came in under, we always like to keep our friends, called it his shield spell. It was quite useful.
Oh, yeah, I can do that for you guys. I guess you could too, Evelina.
So, now as promised, your missions. Now I will say, these are, whatever mission you take, we expect it to be a priority. Though we do understand there are other things that happen in this world, but we rely on our agent's judgment more than anything. It is your judgment that will be judged. So, that being said, he takes out what essentially are 3 small codexes that have been bound together rather quickly, and he puts them forth. And he taps each one. He goes, this one, in fact, has to do with Hupperduke. There is a item that, and I'm sorry, once you accept a mission, we can talk about it more freely, but for purposes, especially probationary, we try to keep things under wraps. And even though we have you in the memory thing, it's best to do good practices up front. Now, there's an item that has been created, and in this case, from some rather dangerous material that has yet to be reported as created. Thus, the board has deemed it not owned, as far as we're concerned. I'm sure the creator would think otherwise, but therefore under our purview to procure. Now, over here, this is of somewhat interest. Recently, a lost piece of Draconia had been obtained by the Reverie and what was left of the Draconians, or at least what they thought themselves as. However, it has recently become unclaimed, and thus within our purview. There is rumors of some experiments, as well as several ancient items that would not do well given to the wrong hands or to any political power. Slides it forth. Says, this last one 2 of our board members have gone missing. And this one is to investigate their last known. There's various contacts in here about them. And really to find them. A little different than what we normally would do. But as I mentioned before, currently all their teams are not here. Which one sounds like the one you want to pursue?
Well, we should all discuss.
We should get the draconian thing, right?
That's what I was going to ask you. Well, we were kind of there during the explosions that rendered it abandoned. People died, and it wasn't great. And I was planning on going back and making sure, everything either stayed buried or was kept out of the hands of any potential warring great powers. And I guess this kind of fixes that problem. It could go here.
Certainly.
When would you need an answer?
If you wish a few minutes to discuss, but I would rather finish your orientation upon your selection of mission and continue. Would you like 30 minutes or an hour?
Yes.
Can busy myself. An hour then. He gestures to a small table off about 100 feet, and he knocks on the table, and it wheels itself forward. It has teas and different types of cookies. He goes, certainly. Your refreshments, and I will see you then. And he goes to one shelf where you see there's a broom at an angle as he grabs it, and he gets on it and starts flying off.
Hello, everyone. When we found you after Mike sent us, you still had business there?
Well, sort of, but we also wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. Just with everything that happened. There was a area deeper into the ruins that they were digging out. There were fire elementals, more than we could have taken on, and everyone just fell so fast. But more than that, are we relatively alone?
I mean, he's gone.
Okay. Rowan?
Yeah.
Well, none of them are really with me now, but when our original group, when we were doing investigations there at the ruins, I saw some blueprints, and they had your parents' names on them.
Well,
were
what were they of?
They were designing flying airships. that would use harvested brimstone from the ruins to create a flying dark toe
What?
for the revelry.
How long ago was this?
How long was this bat? Like at least a month, I think, right?
About a
In-game.
month, maybe 5 weeks.
About a month ago. I don't know if they were there, but the blueprints were theirs.
Do you know where the blueprints went? Like, do you think they'll still be there?
I don't think the blueprints would be there. If they did, they could have been taken, but almost everybody there was dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's really the only thing I've heard so far, so if there's a chance, I'm down.
And regardless of how I feel about the revelry's involvement with everything, and you deserve to know what happened to your parents.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't sound like them. It doesn't sound like they I don't think they would work for something like that on their own free will. But it's been a long time.
Maybe it's a situation like you and your arm.
Could be. Yeah.
But I know, Spark, that the thing with Deseret is important to you.
Well, I can't do that right now anyway.
Yeah. But well, it's just a little bit more north.
Important to me. Maybe it's important to me. It feels like it should be, though, huh? Well, Evelina?
I don't know anything about this Draconia. This is the first I've heard about it. But if we're on a probationary membership, my feeling is that we should probably do something that is not close to home for any of us. We're all being judged on this mission. Our actions will be judged. And speaking from experience, and as I'm sure all of you have the same experience, sometimes when you're close to a particular subject, you're not always likely to think rationally. My vote would go to the 2 board members missing, not only because it doesn't seem to concern any of us, but because it could pave a way to us getting better into their good graces.
That's actually what I was going to suggest before I heard anything from Hellebrun, but I think you're right. I mean, getting the chance to prove ourselves and buddy up to people that may be in trouble, that seems like a good way in probation.
Counterpoint.
I'm fine with whatever we choose, but if they have however many teams and they're still missing people, board members nonetheless, that doesn't seem like a quick job to do. If we're just trying to get through the probationary period, I think taking the easiest job would be the best to just get it over with.
Counterpoint. We don't know if we'll actually be accepted. Hold on. We don't know if we'll actually be accepted, right? So we could do the whole mission perfectly and not get accepted and not get access to all their resources. So it makes sense. We at least know we're guaranteed this job with these resources, that we should do the thing that's important to Hellebrun and to Browen.
And if we don't get in, they likely will wipe our memory of the entire event, and you'll spend the rest of your life looking for something we've already solved. But, by all means, let's take a vote.
I just want to say, of course, I miss my parents, and I want to find them. But if there's people here, people that are trying to do good work, and they're missing, and we can help them, I think that's something we should do. So that's where my vote's going.
My vote's going wherever Rowan and Hellebrum's vote is going.
I think, Evelina, you do have a point with the whole memory wiping thing. I didn't really consider that if we did go through with it, we would forget everything we did.
Why don't we make the suggestion that we want to choose this job on the condition that we get to do the Draconia job right after it? That way we're guaranteed both jobs.
Or that we're at least willing to do it.
Assuming we don't die on the way.
We'll try to make that happen.
That sounds like a good compromise to me.
I thought we were going to do Hupperduke next.
I cannot guarantee, but I can at least have some of my friends keep an eye out in Hupperduke for more of your kind, if that puts you at ease until you are ready to go there.
I just need this item, and I'm going to give Kira the picture that I got from the Underseum.
I will see what I can do on that end.
Okay. Then I'm fine.
And as for, I was truthful in what I said. I wish to be of assistance, so whichever choice you pick, I will follow.
That's mighty generous of you, Kira. Hellebrun, you have yet to say anything.
Oh, I was agreeing that we should go and get the 2 board members that were missing. That way, if we aren't accepted, going back to the ruins was something I was considering anyway.
And Kira, you're not susceptible to that magic.
To what magic?
The potion.
I am, but I do have ways around it, yes.
Then perhaps you could help us with that information regarding Draconia if we don't remember it.
Yes. I will make sure that Warm Embrace knows what to do.
Thank you.
So off to find 2 kidnapped kooks.
All right. So let's say you took the hour there. Anything you want before he would return?
I want to take Hellebrun aside for a second.
Okay.
Hellebrun,
Yeah.
I also would like us to solve the issues with your home. My gut, however, is that we are being judged even now. We are being given information purposefully that they know you likely want. For us to take a job that has less to do with ourselves and more to do with helping others might aid us further in the long run. I don't purposefully want to go against your suggestion. But I know people, and perhaps I don't know these people, but I do know business people. And my insight on this gentleman is that they are very business. But
Hellerman's
if-
kind of nodding along.
if you genuinely want for us to take the Draconia job now, then I will back it.
My only worry is, well, one of my former friends was involved with everything. He had ties to the Cerberus Assembly, and he said he knew people, important people, but then he also went missing afterwards. And, well, someone important to me told me that there was a traitor amongst my friends, so I can only assume that he had tipped them off, and that's why everything happened the way it happened. But I assume that if they came, destroyed everything, and left, they either did what they had set out to do and they weren't going to look into it further. So leaving it where it is now might be the best.
Who was this person?
He was a mage. A wizard. He was able to infuse swords with magic.
Would it be all right with you if I looked into the matter?
I trust you.
All right. And I'll go back to the group.
Hellebrand drinks some tea. He feels very anxious.
So Eldritch returns. As long as there's nothing else anybody wanted to do. And right. Have you thought it over?
We have.
Which of the three will you be choosing?
I kind of look for consent among the group before speaking.
Spark just nods.
And I say,
Yeah, everyone's.
we are in agreement unanimously to look for the 2 missing board members.
Excellent. Takes the other 2 and puts them in a satchel he has. Well, I am excited to hear this. Certainly. So, then I will. He begins opening up. I will brief you with what we know before I take you any further. The 2 board members in question are a married couple. Their names are Amelia and Stefan Vosk, formerly of. Well,
Please go on.
I'm sorry, but I think Hellebrand just drops the teacup. Like, he just like drops it. And it
Well, I guess that answers that
Lord.
question.
DM has fun sometimes sitting here listening to
it.
conversations.
It has nothing to do with us.
Nothing at all. No.
Well, that kind of worked out, didn't
You're an evil, evil man.
Oh, brilliant!
I
love
was
it.
not expecting that.
it? Hey, that's kind of convenient, huh, guys? Spark says that out loud in character.
Kira just
Oh.
looks confused.
Good. It's always good when things align. Now, there is some issues. They are also being sought after by the Officer Union, whom they are employees of.
Damn.
Though, so you may find inquiries bringing, can we say, some unrefined attention to you. Now, our sources have the last reports of them actually within the old draconian ruins I was mentioning.
Yeah, that tracks.
Apparently, they were reported to us by some of our other contacts.
They were working on some blueprints, right?
Quite.
We know things too. I'm just saying.
Yes. And we have a policy here of not holding anyone accountable for their pasts, whether good or ill. So we would rather move ahead. Now, at any rate,
Do they have kids? Like a lot of kids? Or...
Rowan is trying not to talk. I'm just looking down.
certainly. But their kids are not our concern here. Our concern is them. Now, they were seen there. Now, from there, our board members have certain attached, you could say, implants upon. Sometime before they arrived at the ruins, their implants were removed. This would have been extremely painful and potentially deadly, but we also would be aware if their life trackers were removed or if they were dead, and they're not. We keep them separate for this very reason.
How many people would have known about the implants?
Only members. A former one, which you recently have worked for. Now, at any rate, from what we can tell and what information we have been able to gather, it is likely that in the attack that occurred on the ruins, they would have been taken by the Empire or safely put away by the Revelry.
Sounds like we should go to that area for some clues.
That could certainly be a route you choose to take. I do understand that you believe the ruins are important, or we believe the ruins are important, but your mission is this, and I suggest you keep on it. Dual interests get messy.
Oh, trust me, I think we're pretty focused on finding these guys.
Well, it would work well. Excellent. So, now, if it is the Empire that has taken them, caution. We have many of those who report. And we have actually many who report to us from the revelry as well. Whichever course you choose, we prefer our interests and flow of information to remain intact. And there not to be suspicions of rats within.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we could make it seem like we're there of our own accord.
Well, you do have autonomy as your team. Is there any other information that you feel is relevant?
Where's perhaps you said this? Where is their most recent known location again?
It would be the ruins of Draconia off the Tusoa River.
Or they were working on
Just-
some blueprints.
Out of curiosity, how long have they been board members? Totally get if you can't tell me that.
Well,
I'd
certainly.
like to know.
Not as quite. You won't remember if you fail anyway. It's. They have been. They met as agents here.
Also, like a long time.
They became board members the time that they began working for the Alfsaran Union.
So, like, their
Ooh.
whole marriage, or
Here's a question for you. If it comes to a matter of spilling blood in order to get these objects for you, how much pull do you have with each of the governments to get us out of trouble?
I have a feeling if it comes down to needing to spill blood to get these people, we're going to do that.
We would. I would say, when it comes to extrication, that is a whole nother request to the board. And especially probationary teams might simply forget rather than be rescued.
Fair enough.
That makes sense.
Depending upon the circumstances that exist around what you're talking about. We don't. Shows of force like that endanger us being revealed. But it's not unheard of.
I'll tell you right now, we're going to do whatever we need to do to get these people safe. And whether you fix anything after that or not, that's your own thing. But we are going to get these people.
Good to hear. Now, in that case, it seems that our business officially is complete. I am able. Let's see. I do believe Port Tamale might be the closest place where we can drop you back at our old meeting house if this is the course you're taking.
Port Tamale.
If that's where you wish to go.
That'd be swell.
Excellent. Then that is where I can take you back. However, there is, of course, the matter of your rental items. And please follow me. And he takes you. Go 5 rows back before he takes a left into a series of cases, and you follow him, and there's almost like a clearing that opens up, And instead of the shelves that have all the wards up, there are tables of different objects.
Hey, if we fail and forget, does that mean we get to keep it?
No, I think there's going to be a way that they're going to get it back from us.
I was just asking questions.
Quite. Now, while all of you look, there is some business that I have with you, Barrick. Now that our official inquiries have ceased. But the rest of you,
What
Please.
business do you have with my brother?
What'd
your
you
name
do,
Barrett?
Barrett?
any business he wishes to share with you afterwards.
Fair enough. I do have one brief question.
Oh, of course.
If we had to recruit someone to aid us, as long as we didn't mention this organization, I suppose that would have no ill will between us.
Oh, correct. If you need someone to help you with your work, that as long as, I mean, their actions during are your responsibility. But no, as long as you do not talk about why and who you're working for.
All right. I will leave.
So now mechanically here, here we go. I will post a list to the, let's put it in general. There we go. It's a Google Doc. You may have, for this mission, a rare, uncommon, and common from the list. As he takes Barrick aside. I couldn't help but notice the book you carry around.
Which one? As there's two books on my side.
Hmm.
One was the gift from Jack. The other is the other.
Yes.
This one's quite the read, and I pull it out.
Yes. The one from, the one depicting the heroes that I assume you admire.
That's one way to phrase it. What about it? Not too many have shown an interest in it outside of the people I choose to share the stories with.
Are you aware of where it came from?
Into my hand when I needed it most. After my father had shown it to me for years.
Yes. Indeed. He always did love that book.
Are you saying my father was part of this here organization?
Until he wanted to raise his family? Yes.
So then do you know whereabouts he's been for the last, I don't know, 6 odd years?
Unfortunately, no. His activity did not involve us. At least not that I'm aware. There have been other handlers. I am the only one currently, but there were more at that time. But I'm not aware of anything.
So he was marked as inactive and forgotten about.
Not forgotten. Not in the least. He requested to not be contacted. About the time you married your mother. You didn't feel that what she wanted and this organization pursued the same things, namely him intact. It's dangerous what we do.
So for 92 years, he's been out of contact. And now I just stumble into your abode.
Not surprising. What I said was true about your selection. If you wanted me to... If you're asking me, have I had my eye on you, Barrick, then the answer is yes. Why wouldn't I?
To what end? Why now?
Till I have enough to give you a chance to come in.
And the good work I've been doing with my mom all these years wasn't enough. Helping just the people in most dire of need isn't enough for the storehouse.
Now you sound like your father. It doesn't mean it wasn't good work. It just simply means it wasn't in the storehouse interest. Besides, it was your father's wish.
That I be contacted.
Should you prove interested in your book?
Last thing he left me was this here ring, and I show up the smiling golden ring. And I haven't seen him since. He would go away. He left for a decade at a time at times. Thus the age gap between Fargrim and Eldith.
Well, can't say he never did missions for the Storehouse, but he wasn't considered a member. But none of them were under my purview or with me after his official resignation. I know you have questions, but what I do have for you are two things that belong to him. Now, he did ask me, should he be inaccessible? And you proved yourself, was his words of choice that I see come into your hands. And he takes out from his satchel a mask.
I grab it.
Puts it over. When he found that book, this mask was with it. And in our time together, he claimed this was a weapon that was portrayed in there. And he takes out this black metal spear that's twisted at either end. He hands it over.
I take it, look it up and down.
Looks very much like the spear of the hero that you would look at. Said to belong to him. And sorry, he left a magical will, you could say. That is why I'm aware, at least the magic has told me, that you have found his map.
I have. I pull it out. Was told it was leading to some Ukatoa, another betrayer by one now passed.
If you'd like, you may submit that for consideration for an official mission, or not. It's entirely up to you. but I'm rather certain the board would be interested in seeing that investigated.
I don't think I'll submit it for the time being. Let's see if I come back and return from probation. I'd hate to
Certainly.
lose the one tie I have to hit old Kilvar to your potion.
100%. However, those items are yours.
My mind's not been right for a bit, so I guess it'll just fix itself as to how they came by being should we prove unworthy.
Be sure to fill in any gaps. Because you won't know who I work for if I show up again. Just be a friend of your father's. But the point is, I kept them off Storehouse records this entire time, as per his request. He was interested in some things towards the end, but at least the end of when I knew him, he has been gone. Maybe he's still alive. He, unfortunately, was not fitted with such a device for us to know.
90 years out of the business tends to do that. At least if it's an amicable break.
Yes. My understanding is that it was. So, now, let's see what your friends have chosen.
Let's.
Barrick, there's a chest here that turns into a house.
I thought you liked sleeping under the trees.
I do, but this sounds cool. I didn't know that you could do that.
Neither did I, Hellebrum. Neither did I. Is that really the item you're taking to go searching for these council members?
Yeah.
Well, it does say that Fae and Fiends can't enter the cottage unless we let them.
Real quick, Jonathan. The spear is at the bottom of that document. The Blackthorn Spear of the Moonless Hunter
Gotcha.
is what you were handed.
So, real quick, Matt, did you say that we could get either a common, uncommon, or rare, or one of each?
One of each.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like to take our break now, then? It sounds like we might need a little more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
And Matt, check your messages too.
Sure.
On that.
Oh, actually, yeah, because I have to switch my laundry over. Or I have no clothes for tomorrow.
All right. Via coming back. All right, everybody coming on back?
I'm here.
Very cool.
Yes, I'm here.
Cool.
I am back as well.
Awesome. So we get to have show and tell. What did we choose?
Who wants to go first?
I have a few things that I'm kind of in between, so I kind of want to go to last, and then I'll just, if I have, like, if somebody else takes something off my list, then I'll just knock it off my list, you know?
Cool. I can go first if no one else wants to.
Go right ahead.
So if you look over at Rowan, he's got a new pair of boots that he's swapped out for, which are going to be the boots of Cloud Jumper, and is playing with a small clockwork bee, which is the clockwork healer bee, and seems to have a little like sponge almost, like a gelatinous cube, which is the cleaning cube. So that's my show and tell.
Very cool. All right. What's the cloud jumpers do?
So pretty much you can jump in the air as if you leapt from solid ground, but you can't jump farther than your remaining movement would allow. If you make a midair jump, clouds fly out from under your feet, and if you are falling after jumping like this, it negates up to 20 feet of fall damage.
Very nice. That's right. This is the one. Very good. So, who else?
So, Hellebrun has picked out the Wisplight Lantern, which I think the easiest way I can describe it is that it's kind of like Speak with Dead, but visual. And, but like, it has a few other like uses, whether it's like within a larger area, can also let us know if there's something invisible. It glows a different color. So I thought it would be very useful. And then I chose the Water Skin of Voices. And Hellebrun's kind of like tested it out and is talking to Barrick but using Spark's voice. And then I also chose the Doodle Ring
Nice.
because It's I feel like that's useful because you can draw things on different things and it stays there and then disappears after 24 hours.
Very cool.
You never know if you get lost and you need to make some marks on a wall.
All right. Who else?
I got the battlement bow, which basically would just put a thin barrier of protective magic between me and a creature that I hit with it. Which is, good to have an extra shield on your cleric. Because it'll give me half cover. Tear of Gaia, because we were talking about going to ruins, and she was like, well, I'll just replant the earth. Because why not? And then Gloves of Healing.
Excellent. All right. Then Evelina, do you have something?
I guess I just kind of grabbed some things at random. So I ended up with a dress of many pockets, a dust dagger, and a sea serpent hairpin.
Nice. The dress of pockets.
That's 2.
And then Spark.
Oh, did Barrett go?
Yeah, I've been doing other stuff, so I will have to pick at a later time.
No one picked anything on my list, so I saw the exact same items to pick from. So I
Roll
guess
a-
we're just gonna go.
Roll a die.
Okay, so I'll do the rope caster, the knocking boots, and the astral caltrops. That's what I'll do.
Ooh, very nice. Sounds good. All right. So, all of that ready to go. Hundreds. Well, seems that you've all have selected what you need. And of course, if you wish to come back and exchange, we do have different things that we come in here, and others of these do get put into studies at some times, or we lend them out, so they do go. But if that is everything, let's see here. For this mission, as I mentioned, in total, there for the general difficulty of this, you are given 2,000 gold. To do what you
Each
need.
or to split?
It's 2,000 gold to use for whatever you need to complete your mission, but it's for the group.
Okay.
Matt, the mask was what I sent you, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
It's like 333 if we divide it between the 6 of us. Yeah, with Kira.
I think for now, just keep it all together, just because it's supposed to be used towards completing the mission, so we can use it for inn and food and all that stuff. And then if we
Exactly.
have to like grease palms, it can come from that. That way we don't have to worry about who's paying for this one.
Right. Community pot for now.
Job pot. If we don't spend it all, then we can split it.
Evelina's got a million pockets.
I do, actually, yes.
Okay. Without too much, he escorts you back to where the table was, to the round one. He starts looking through a few plates. He goes, right. Port Molly. Go ahead and return to that building. We will keep it open for the concurrent of the mission, unless you have any other means of contacting me. But otherwise, simply return to the building, Port Mali, light the candle, and that will suffice to contact me. Well then, be on your way. And he throws a silver plate to the center of the table. It slides into a place, and there's a brief gray flash. You find yourselves back in the undecorated, dingy room, sitting in your chairs at the rectangular table. Aldrich is not there.
Do you think these guys know all the explorers? Like all the treasure hunters?
All the good ones, it sounds like.
Yeah. And they probably know who hired them for all the kinds of different jobs and stuff, too. Anyway, let's go find your parents, Rowan.
Yeah. Well, where do you guys want to start?
I think they're ruins, right?
I feel like there we can determine whether or not it was who took them.
Yeah.
Barrick, do you think we're going to need a cart? Or do you think we should all go on foot?
Cart didn't work out so well last time, but if we're traveling main roads, don't have a way to pull it right now. I need a night in the woods before I can bring Inbar back.
Yeah.
Unless
You won't be going main roads for long.
Yeah. So, I think we might just have to hoof it.
Or not hoof it, rather.
It's a turn of phrase.
I know it was a joke. God damn. This is why I talk to Kevin more than you. Kevin always laughs at my jokes.
Yes, lady.
Do anyone need to pick up supplies? Do we need to do anything before heading out?
Barrick, you said that you need to get some supplies to bring back Enbar. I need to get some incense myself.
Take the rest of the day to collect ourselves, I guess.
I just need a night out in the woods to bring back Enbar, but if we need to collect some supplies, that's fine. This seems like something we shouldn't dilly-dally about for, so let's make it quick.
I mean, yeah, unless anyone actually needs anything. It sounds like you need some incense, but other
I
than
just need
that-
the incense in order to cast divination if I need to cast it at any point.
Would we have incense at the orphanage, Matt?
I mean, I would just say spend your gold, just like it was in the player's handbook.
Okay.
And go for the standard thing. Just get what you need.
And let us go off into the wild again.
I wouldn't mind looking at the library, actually.
Fine.
Half a day isn't too bad. In fact, we might be able to, if I have some time, I have some ideas. We might be able to start looking here too.
Do we all have to go to the library?
No, you don't.
Oh, thank God.
I wasn't planning on it.
You know, we could do Rowan.
Hmm?
I said, you
You're
know, we
gonna
could
plan
do
a
Rowan.
scene.
Yeah,
You're
like,
gonna
but
plan a
right in the
scene.
middle of town.
Oh, maybe not while we're on probation.
If you do, I don't know you and I've never met you.
Rowan!
I'm gonna go and
At least
get
if we're
some
gonna
things in
do it,
order
at
at the
least-
orphanage.
At
Rowan!
least press the badge to make yourself look different.
Okay.
Come and find me when you're done with your shenanigans. I'll be at my mom's.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm gonna make myself look like Barrick. Is this what you meant, Rowan?
That's perfect. Spark.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the orphanage. I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Matt, I wanted to see if I could make my way to the skyport.
Yeah. We can actually do that. You go there so early enough. There's glass doors are on this large building. On the other side, away from the beaded alley, far away from the Tumble Downs. The doors are closed. You see there's what looks like a young lady at the desk, seems to be making some notes. Desk stands about 20 feet away from the glass doors.
I'm just gonna see if there's like a bench or anything nearby that I can sit and watch if any ships come into port or anything. Just spend some time there.
Yeah.
I rolled a 14 whenever.
You do luck. There is a ship docked currently, but none that are coming in or out.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it, see if they're hauling passengers, hauling cargo.
No one seems to be absolutely manning it or operating it currently. Just seems to be sitting there, mostly supported by the dock itself. Its brimstone engines seem to be turned off. Like it's sat there maybe for a little bit now.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna spend maybe 30 minutes to an hour just sitting, watching the port, and just thinking back to my childhood. My parents used to take me down here or take me to the port in my hometown.
Yeah, you go that way. As you sit, you do see a few gentlemen leave, flanked by guards from the glass doors. You recognize their outfits as members, or actually leaders, of the Alfsiran Union.
Have they noticed me at all?
Not currently.
Like,
It's the way they come out. They have there's like two lines of guards that are on either side of them. So as they come out, some are so small they can never see over them. Others just wouldn't. So anybody to the side of them would be blocked from vision.
if I can quietly, and if no one's looking, I'm gonna press the badge and just make myself look like a nondescript human male dressed in nice clothing.
Okay.
Just not myself, because they might recognize me.
100%. And they leave. No one seems to recognize you.
Yeah. After spending some time, I'll go try to reconnect at the orphanage or wherever people are.
Okay. And library. I'd say, Evelina, you have enough credentials that you can show, if you want to, from the Lyceum, that you're given entrance and a research assistant at the Cobalt Steel Library.
Okay. Yes, I'm looking to see what type of... If you have access to magical scrolls for students of magic. Base levels, not anything large.
Not here, no. We do not keep magical texts. I'm very sorry. We have texts about magic, but not so much the spells and components that you would think of.
All right.
Those usually can be found at merchants or...
Which merchants?
Off and off the ship. So there is Zevorligs. He often will have different texts, more of that sort. Some believe most of the spell books he's cleaned the blood off of.
All right. I suppose they're in the beaded alley.
Yes, that would be where you'd find. Go about up to the first fountain, left down the alleys. You'll find them. It's red stone building.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And I will leave there, head in that direction.
Okay. Eventually you find the shop. As you walk in, there are rows and rows of densely packed books. You see beyond what looks like 4 or 5 arcane circle sigils is a place that stores scrolls. So they are visible from the outside. And as you walk in, there's a fluttering of wings. And at first you think a bird, but you see they seem to be carrying as a human would, as this owl-like creature looks at you. Oh, how may I help you? Zigglevig?
I'm just looking to see if you have any magical scrolls. Nothing fancy, just base level spells.
We have. See here. We have absolute beginner spells. Scrolls I would sell for you for 50 gold. Things more potent like the magic missile or those types of things be more 250 gold apiece.
All right.
For the record, I'm fine if you use, like, I think we're all fine if you use the 2,000 or whatever to get whatever you need.
Also, if you remember, Kira said she didn't need the stipend, so you can just use that, whatever it was, to go to Kira.
I think the 2,000 was right now part of the only gold we got. I don't think we got the stipend yet. We were just given the 2 grand to work the mission.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're getting stuff to, fill the spell book, by all means.
And Matt, out of character, first time I've played a wizard, I still have to spend the gold in addition to whatever I'm paying on a scroll to put it in the.
Correct.
Correct.
All
So
right.
you buy the scroll and then you spend the gold to transcribe the scroll to your book.
Okay. All right. All right. What do you have? Do you have a stock, or is it just random?
No, it's things go in and out of here. I get a lot of trades. Best you just tell me what you're thinking.
Sure. Well, I was looking for utility more than anything. Let's see. I was looking for the long strider spell.
Long strider? Looks long. Let's see here. Jumping, walking. Here we go. A little traveling magic. Puts on. Goes to the area, comes back with it. And actually doesn't exit the circles just yet. Like, do you have your anything else? Do you have your gold?
Yes. There was also detect magic.
That's very popular. Yes, indeed. Here we go.
All right, and then finally, have you ever heard of a spell called Silvery Barbs?
Absolutely not. They haven't.
All right.
You
So
mean
how
you
much,
take it as your level up, your free part of your 2 free level up spells?
I don't think so. All right. So, okay. So how much would that be altogether?
The 2 scrolls, that'd be 500 gold.
I feel like Matt doesn't want us to have silvery barbs.
500 gold, really? I thought that was. So those are 250 apiece.
Yes.
Library's got to stay
Okay.
open somehow.
It's not a
In that
library.
case, what did I say? I'll just take the
Just get them both.
detect magic.
Magic.
Detect magic.
Very good. Put someone back.
I still think you should get them both.
It's 250.
No. One of my alma mater specializes in that one you mentioned, and we have a strict policy to not teach it outside of class.
Very well. I'll find it somewhere else.
I'm sure you'll find a trader out there somewhere.
All right, so I'll just take the one scroll. All right. And I'll take that back.
Okay. The most banned spell in Dungeons and Dragons. But feel free to take it as you level up. But you're likely not fine. You might though, because I do roll randomly. So in that case, Spark,
Yo.
where are you planting your seed?
Where's the town center?
Okay.
With like, like wherever the most people are,
Oh God.
and like
So
the
I'd say
plaza.
in the middle of the beaded alley, you find a patch of dirt and water it.
And I walk away and pretend I didn't do it.
Okay. After a while, there's some screams as a tree about 30 feet tall comes from the ground and uproots itself and begins to walk around.
Oops. I planted a tree.
Screams. You hear going, "No, don't be afraid of me."
Oh.
But some go, "Wait, I think it's friendly."
Yeah, Sparks
So
can go up to it and be like,
adorable.
"Hi, what's your name?"
Hank.
Hi, Hank.
I'm Hank the tree.
I'm Spark. Do you want to come on an adventure with me?
Roll persuasion check.
Please tell me it's Hank Green.
Yes. Fuck! It's a 7.
An adventure. I only came into existence 10 seconds ago.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like I did that, so I just feel like you should hang out with me because clearly I know what I'm doing.
I don't think you think that's true.
Okay, well I did plant the seed though.
I think there's a lot of options. We'll see how it goes. I'll come for now.
Fuck yes! Come on, Hank, and I'll take Hank to the orphanage.
Okay.
Fuck yes, guys.
Why? Why would you bring a giant tree to me?
Because it's coming with. I'm gonna bring it and be like, "This is Hank, everybody."
Hi, friends.
You see Kira with severe PTSD right now. Just going.
I can leave him here without the
Why
kid.
is it always fucking trees?
What do you mean, why though? It's
I'm a very good babysitter. Probably.
We can take it with us, or we can leave it here. What do you think, Kira?
I'm so glad I'm not there and I'm just with my mother.
Matt, have I made it back to the orphanage yet?
Yes.
We have to walk really slow. He's not super fast.
I'm gonna get back. Like I see Hank, obviously. I'm gonna be like, Hank, do you feel dirty at all?
What?
Should I feel dirty?
What?
Well, you just uprooted. Do you want like do you got a lot of dirt on you or anything?
My roots are fine,
What?
but thank you.
What are you gonna do?
You
Don't
lost.
touch Hank.
I'm not gonna touch Hank. My cube might.
What does that even mean, Rowan?
Do you want to see?
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think I do.
Okay,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
fine. You don't need to know what I'm talking about then.
I don't. What the fuck? Rowan, what are you talking about?
Context.
I'm gonna pull out my tiny 2-inch gelatin cube, and I'm gonna pull out I'm gonna pull out my alchemy jug. And I'm going to dump a single gallon of water onto the cube. And it's gonna swell up to a 1 foot by 1 foot side, and it's gonna start cleaning the street.
Oh my god, what's its name?
I haven't named him. Do you want to help me?
Bubbles.
You can't.
That
That's
seems
too
too
obvious,
obvious, no?
Helibrum.
We need
Ridiculous.
scrubs.
No.
Dawn.
Don't.
Bounty,
Oh my god.
the quicker picker upper.
Oh, he's not quicker though. He goes 1 foot around. I like Dawn. We're gonna call him Dawn.
Dawn's a very female name, but whatever, I guess. The fuck do I know? It's not like I name anything ever.
I mean, we could always go with Palm Olive.
I hate trees.
I'm just
so
gonna
much.
let him clean the street for a little bit.
Sweepy.
Like, what about Max? Or Charles?
Huh?
Or Bob? Or Omar?
I'm
Or
open-
Connor.
I'm open to all of these names.
Is there a reason you're not asking the blob its name and just naming it in itself? Or
I
That's a great
feel
point,
free to
Kira.
ask.
I'd rather talk to the blob than the tree. No offense, tree. Just
I don't
stay
know
away from
why.
me.
What's the problem?
The cleaning cube is sentient. You can talk to it.
I just go talk to the cube because, quite
It
frankly,
does
I
have
need
an
to be away from
intelligence
the
of
tree.
1 though.
You're like, hi, what's your name?
Oh, it can't speak or read. Never mind.
You can't
My
speak.
Yeah.
apologies.
Someone wants
Well,
to
okay,
detect
this was a
thoughts.
waste of my time.
What about...
Gonna go with it.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. So in Critical Role, one character often refers to their private area as their cube.
Oh, I
So
had
a lot of us were losing it.
Is that in the new season?
I forgot
That's in
about
the
that.
season
No,
one.
campaign 1.
Oh, that's in campaign 1.
Yeah,
Man, I
Scanlan
haven't seen
often.
I had no clue.
I didn't either. I was like, everybody is getting something I'm not getting.
I mean, it's definitely cleaner than Scanlan's.
And it's self-cleaning, which we don't know about Scanlan.
Stop.
What about Frank?
You started it!
What if we name your cube Frank?
I thought the tree
Frank?
was named Frank.
Oh no, it's
We're
Hank.
gonna. We're,
Fuck.
Hank.
Okay,
Oh, I
that's too
misheard.
close.
Hank Green.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. It's definitely Hank Green.
Are we
I guess-
ready?
I guess just let me know when I can talk to my mom.
I'm definitely.
Yes. Yes, you may
Yeah.
talk to your mom.
So I go back in, and I just like the items. They're not hidden, but I just walk to the table and I ask her, "Mama, can you come here? I need to ask and tell you some things."
All right, honey.
And I put the spear and the mask on the table. I met a man this morning. by the name of Eldridge Quinn. I don't know if that name means anything to you, but he said he used to work with Pa. I'm joining up with my friends to work for that same organization. They're
Well,
not sure if he's dead or alive, but were these his? Were they speaking true?
those, who knows, are or were your father's. He had those when I met him. As far as his organization that he's so worked for, what I know is it took him away a lot before we were married, and then something happened, and honey dear, you have to understand, I never thought your father would marry me, nor was I ever going to marry him. He was himself and I was myself, and it was fine. We might have had a family together, but that doesn't mean we're gonna. Now, I know what you plan to do, but I wasn't so silly as to ask a Roman adventurer such as your father to settle down. But one day he came. We weren't living in Port Tamale then. And he said we had to go. Something about him quitting his job and what could follow. So we came here. Said we were hidden better. As far as I know, nothing ever came a knocking. But I believe that's how he left. Now, this gentleman you talk of, your dad would talk about someone by that name, but I never met him.
What he's told us seems like what they work towards is good overall. And the mission that we've accepted currently is to help one of my friends. I know I've been gone a lot lately, but I think with Fargrim and Eldith, you should be able to manage. And I don't think they'll be able to without me.
Baby boy, the minute you started reading that book, I knew you weren't going to be here forever. That book don't let people stay stationary. It didn't lead your father to, doubt it would lead you to. You don't worry about me. I made plans. This isn't some surprise. You had wanderlust in your eye for some time now. I'd be a fool to not prepare her, and I'm rather offended you think your mama's a fool.
Never, Mama.
No, you do what you have to do. As far as these people and whoever you're working for, I speak true when I don't know what they are ultimately about. Only that your father, once he quit, was pretty scared. I don't know if it's them or people he upset while working for him. Or something else, but as always, be careful.
I will.
Remember, good people can work for bad organizations, and bad people can work for good ones.
I know that to be true. after everything that happened with Ignatius.
Sure. So, keep your wits about you.
And then I would just give her a big hug, and then if Fargrim and Eldith are around, hang out with them until these guys came to get me, and tell them that I'm going to be off again for a while and to help Mama out and Sapphira and the new orphanage if they can, and for Fargrim to keep studying, and Eldith to keep practicing her weaving tool, or like her at weaving. That I expect her to be as good or better than me next time I stop in.
All right. Okay. You
And
make all the arrangements, and there's some joking and some back and forth, some light jibbing at each other.
I leave them each 20 gold. Do with as they will.
Oh, brother the spender.
And then I just hang out with them until these guys come and get me, since I told them where I'd be.
Did you share anything about your father with Spark at all?
With the group now.
Not even with Spark.
No, not even with Spark.
Wow.
All right. So imports of Molly. Seems like everyone has gotten anything else. Did Helbram have anything they're trying to do?
Molly!
Molly! I'm muted. I was like, no.
Oh.
Well, no. And I was like, what? What?
All right. In the case, you begin the journey.
Are we going to take
So,
the time to wait for Evelina to
Evelyn
transcribe
wants to
her
transcribe. Sure.
Evelina, are you wanting to transcribe before we leave?
Yeah, I mean, I am. You guys can go on without me, but I'm just going to transcribe it.
Yeah, we're not going to just go on without you. We'll just play with the tree.
All right. So then you take the day
I'm
and
not
allow
coming within 10 feet of that tree.
Can we attach a swing to the tree?
Oh. I'll tie it for you.
Hell yes!
Look, Evelina can go with us while transcribing. She can ride on the tree.
No, I want to get all the little orphans out and swing on the tree. And I want to see if I feel like Hank's really happy here.
Hank loves the children. The children seem to take to them despite Kira's fear.
I want to leave the Hank. I want to leave Hank here.
I like playing with the children.
I'm going to go and tell every member of my family the tree should not be killed, even though I want to.
I want to leave him with the kids. He seems happy. The kids like him.
It's fine. I'm the only one that hates trees. It's fine.
Kara, what's your problem with trees?
Look, there's a druid I need to kill. Let's not talk about it. I have a little bit of issues with trees.
Well, that
You
one's
hanging out
from
with
some
Mal?
seeds that a fairy gave me, so I don't think they're the same kind of thing.
All right. So then, Evelina, is it the spell you just wanted to copy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys can say what you want about my beans, but I just did a fantastic thing for an orphanage, okay?
Out of character, I love it. In character, Kira ain't going anywhere near that damn tree.
All right. Then you're all hanging out and just kind of getting ready for finishing the day up. The sun's beginning to set. The sun is it's a somewhat dim light, and the building next door opens, and a familiar face walks out.
Well, hi there.
Vera!
Spark. Good to see you.
Spark runs and gives her a big cute.
So you see
Who is this?
an older woman, half-elven woman. She's kind of dressed in nice clothes. Nice clothes. She doesn't look quite as old as she did the last time certain people here would have seen her. And she's also wearing a circlet on her head that you probably would have seen the last time you saw her. So, what are you all doing back in town like this?
It's kind of a long story, but we have to find Rowan's parents. And I made a tree named Hank. Actually, I kind of made him, and now he's here, and we're helping the orphans. And I gave them a tree.
I'm Rowan, by the way.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. That's interesting. Where's everybody else? Righteous and Ham and
Spark's face just drops. Barrack's at our mom's house.
oh,
Righteous and Ham actually got married and left together.
Spark looks at you very confused.
Elebrum literally chokes on his own spit.
That's not what happened.
That's not what happened. It's a difficult story.
So where are you heading now exactly?
Back to the nest.
A nest. And she would look at Hellebrand like the nest.
The nest.
Are we getting Vera back for a fucking mission? Hold on. What's happening right now?
Hellebrand, I made a promise to you.
Yes!
If we're going, or you're going to the nest, then I'm going with you.
Are you sure?
It's where Zimnon and Cora fell.
Oh my god, yes.
It's where we lost Zara and Theo and even Jack, really. Mike just before that. I mean, that place, I know what it meant to you, and I remember helping that lady, the Dragonborn lady, and I remember leaving, and it's sort of one of my regrets, not staying. But if you'll have me, I'll go with you there.
We'd be welcome to have you, Vera.
Holy
But-
fuck, this is the coolest thing ever!
But we're not taking any risks. You have a family to come back to, after all.
I
Spark
do.
is, like, jumping up and down. This is so cool!
I see you're still wearing that jacket, Spark. Looks
It's the best!
Do y'all want to meet everybody, or are y'all on your way right now? Or you said you were heading to see Barrick, right?
Yeah,
We were-
eventually. Evelina. Oh, Hellebrim got married.
Oh, well, I didn't get a card or invite.
Yeah,
but
no one
that's
did. It
all
was
right.
pretty last minute.
It was pretty sudden.
It was
Vera.
really sudden. Like, they
Yeah,
weren't
so-
even
Mention
dating
there's
or
a
anything.
baby.
Like, we went into a dungeon and then they got married while we were in the dungeon.
Well, that's how it happens sometimes. You know, you fall in love, and you
I
next
don't know
thing
if
you
that had a
know,
lot to do with it. But it was cool. They have a kid. Hellebrim's a dad.
are you?
That also was very sudden.
Well, where are they? The little dragonborn running around.
I don't think it's Dragon.
They're not even born yet.
They're not born yet. Oh,
Well, I think it is.
I mean, they kind of are,
It is.
but they're
It
also
is.
kind of not. It's a weird.
Wait, do
looks like-
dragonborns lay eggs?
They do. I believe.
However, if you
I
do
don't
want to see
think
some
it's an
dragonborns,
egg,
they're
though.
playing on a tree.
I don't think it's an egg.
It kind of
Eggs
looks like
are
one.
less.
I will
sparkly.
say, like,
It looks like
as
an egg, but
told me,
eggs are
I have
made of
looked into
skin.
this, it's very dubious. Some sources are saying that they do lay eggs. I have looked this up for science.
Okay, but eggs are
Science.
made out of hard stuff, and Hellebrim's thing is it's like skin. It's like
Well,
an
not
egg made out of
necessarily like
skin.
soft shell eggs.
Yeah, like sea turtles.
It's kind of
And
like-
snakes.
Yeah.
it's
You know, I
kind
don't
of
know a
like
whole lot about
soft.
dragonborn mating practices
Yeah, but
and whatnot.
even those are like harder. They don't
I
get
know far
dry.
too much.
Like turtle eggs don't get dry, and you have to like put moisturizer on them.
Have we not been moisturizing it?
Oh, is the
No,
egg
we have
already
been.
here?
It's not an egg. It's a baby.
Oh, a ba-
It looks like
Okay.
an egg, but it's a baby. Pretty
More
sure.
looks like a ball of flesh than an egg.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Kira. That's exactly my point.
You know, at that age, they all look like that.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Well, that's wonderful news, Hillebrim.
Nero, you should have a very lengthy conversation with Hellebrim's wife.
Oh, is she here?
I believe she's
She's
studying.
inside. You guys should have a very, very lengthy conversation, just the two of you.
Well, I'd be happy to go talk to her. and give her some life advice and the like. And sure, I'll go talk to her. And
Okay.
why don't you all go meet up with Barrick and maybe think about swinging on by here. I've got some things to pack and the like if I'm going with you.
Awesome. Let's go get Barrick.
Let's go get Barrick.
Oh, I guess we should introduce them before we just take off. We should go
Yeah,
inside
yeah,
and be
yeah.
like, Evelina, this is Vera, Evelina, and this is Hellebrim's baby. Goodbye. I hope you have a very lengthy conversation, just the two of you.
So you take Vera in and introduce her to the baby and Evelina?
Yeah.
Are we at the library still?
No, you're
No, we're
at
at the orphanage.
Oh, we're in the orphanage. Okay.
Yeah. And now Jackie gets to talk to himself.
Off screen, I assume.
Yeah.
What? You don't want to do two voices? If Evelina's staying behind,
Well, hold on. We don't
Kira
know
would
that yet.
inform. I'm saying Kira's more than okay with that. And if you haven't figured out, Warm Embrace is the name of the girl who's helping care for the baby. And Kira would be like, do what you got to do to get whatever you need for it. So that's more than okay.
I think Evelina and Vera should both come.
Absolutely. I'm down with that too. Come on, it'll be fun.
You did this, Jackie.
All right.
And we love it.
Yes.
Before you get yeah. So, you guys talk to Barrick, and so you're going to spend the night here, and then leave in the morning, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So, let Barrick know. Then do you want to go to the morning of the departure, or?
Sure.
All right. Or any conversations that Helbram and Evelina have in the baby's room, whatever you want to do.
Sure. Evelina would speak to Hellebrand very briefly. So I've been doing some reading, and I think there's no guarantee. However, I might try to track down this wizard with your permission. I won't. If I find out anything, I would let you know, of course.
There's not. I don't think I have it in me to go seeking revenge on what I cannot change any longer. But knowing what happened to him, at least, I feel like will put me at ease.
Then I'll see what I can find out. And also, I'm going to do a little bit more digging on the storefront. Just this once. Act as a liaison. Now, when you return, of course, I will be happy to join you on the next. But I am at least happy that this absolutely mad, crazy woman will be joining you. I'll loan her the magic items I've rented, as I won't have much use for them. And also, you should hold on to the 2,000 gold.
Right.
I don't trust her with it.
You know, now that I think about it, I'm not sure what Vera would spend it on.
Based on my conversation with her, she'd probably just give it away.
Yeah, that's track.
Also, I showed her a gold piece and she kept calling it a silver, so I would definitely not let her hold on to the gold.
It's canon. Vera's colorblind now.
Should I keep Amelia with me?
I
You
think
really
that'll
trust
be
her
best.
more,
I don't
Mother?
want her to be in danger.
Of course. I'll stay here at the orphanage until you return, and hopefully by then I'll have more answers that can aid us.
Halloran takes a moment to like do like you be safe, Amelia, blah 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 blah. Cutesy little well wishes.
And I'll only speak Draconic to her.
Already limiting the baby instead of making them a
Yes.
instead of making them a multilingual baby.
Nope. Draconic only.
Not even
Well,
gonna
I
be able to
don't know,
speak common.
I feel like if she spoke every language, that would be pretty cool.
Actually, I can do that.
You don't have tongues yet. Don't lie.
The baby's gonna have a higher intelligence than the entire party.
Always good to be well-rounded.
I'll read to the child every night. I've got quite a selection. There's a grand library just down the road. All sorts of fantastic historical documents to teach.
And you be safe too.
Oh, I shall. And good luck.
Oh, okay. Just awkwardly walks away.
We staying the night.
He doesn't know if he should hug her, if he should like high five her.
Oh
He
my
doesn't know what
god.
to do.
Fist bump.
We're spending the night here.
Are we sure?
As Hellebrand walks out, we're gonna
Vera said you're leaving right now. Are you sure? She's already walking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we said it was morning.
All right. Then you gather after awkward conversations.
Good.
Evelina says her goodbyes for now. And
As
you-
we're leaving, I wanted to ask Evelina a favor.
Certainly.
So I'm assuming that you're going to be looking into one thing or another while you're in town.
Yes, I'll have quite a bit of time.
Just foresight. I'm hoping that this exploration we're doing into these ruins pans out, but I had kind of an idea for a backup if it doesn't.
All
In
right.
your studies, have you seen anything about large broomstone?
Would that be?
My parents are working somewhere.
As far as what I currently know, would that be Arcana?
yeah.
All right.
If you can't put it together already, my parents work in the airship business. So if they're working somewhere, the Empire has.
You're cutting in and out, Rowan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I got that they were the airship business.
Can you? Am I coming in better?
Yeah, you better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just saying, if the Empire has them, if they're somewhere working for someone, they're gonna need broomstone. So if
Of course.
it turns out that the ruins have no information for us, that could be something to fall back on.
I'd be happy to look into it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I'll head back to the rest of the group.
All right.
I'm gonna give Evelina my pixie dust.
You can hold on to your items. I'll be right here. When
Well,
you
I
get
know,
back.
but you can fly, and the baby can't fly.
Well,
And if you guys need to get away,
well, the baby's usually attached to me, and so if I'm flying, the child will be with me.
just say not always.
All right, if it makes you feel better, I'll take.
Plus, I can fly now.
So I've heard.
I
How's that going?
haven't tried it yet.
Great. Great idea. Go to the next mission without practicing flying. I like it already.
That was kind of the plan.
All right.
Hey, take care of Hank for me.
Hank?
The tree?
Oh, right. Of course. Absolutely. Totally take care of him.
I don't like your
Fine.
tone.
He'll be absolutely fine when you get back. Absolutely fantastic. Good
Hold
luck.
on. I don't like the way you said that.
Are you trying to incite me?
Maybe, because that didn't sound good.
All right.
What are you going to do to my tree?
I
It's
roll
a
an
10.
18.
What are you going to do to my tree?
And my 18 says your tree will be perfectly fine.
What are you going to do to my
Do you know how much magical paper
No!
Evelina could get out of a treant?
No!
But your tree will be fine. That's an 18.
You
You're
wouldn't. The kids love the tree. You
I know.
wouldn't. Evelina, no.
I would never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Quick.
I will cry. Don't do this to me.
Never.
I swear to God.
18. Never.
Hey, you plant beans, Evelina makes paper.
Was that a deception or is there a persuasion check there?
I think you know.
You'll
what
never
that
know.
was.
I think you know.
You can't kill Hank. I love him.
All right. Take care.
It's puppy love. You'll have another.
No, he's hanging out with the kids. It's adorable. It's like cutting down the kids' playground right in front of their eyes and turning it into paper. Kind of a monster.
Don't worry, she'll just wait till nighttime to do it. Then they won't see it.
Oh my God.
Hank had to go back to the forest.
I'm going to cry.
You found a nice orchard to go to.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness gracious. So,
The one time I plant a bean and it works out great, you're going to kill it.
I didn't do anything. I've literally done nothing.
All right, let's go.
okay. So, you gather your things, begin heading out of Port Tamale, back a somewhat familiar path by the Chisoa River, and then north towards where some of you know the inlet to be, that leads to Draconian ruins that you know as the Nest. And it's about a 2-week journey initially there. As you travel through the jungles and up the river. Having traveled this way before, you're aware of the drinking areas, how to stay away from some wildlife. You know enough to hide when you feel the roars and thumps of larger lizards. And it's a little bit for some of you, like a trip down memory lane. Spots where you remember reading letters and where there were goodbyes. You come to where you fought and befriended turtles. Crabs.
Is Sam still here?
Sam still blocks the path, the water flow.
Spark's not even the one that was friends with Sam.
I was just wondering. I wasn't Spark asking you, it was Amber. God.
Helbram and you remember how a little bit away from this was where Cora found the amulet where you all had to, where all of you showed your love for her. She was released. As you get closer to walking down the inlet, there is a different kind of movement within the trees. Things or intelligences seem to be watching you. When you look, they blend in. Can't see them. You feel like they're just out the corner of your eye. What do you want to do?
I mean, we're going to the ruins, right?
Did y'all bring a tent or anything like that?
Yeah, you've camped in tents. This is a few weeks of journey and travel.
Yes, Vera, we slept in it yesterday.
Then, as you approach, you think halfway through a muddy inlet that some of you know leads the place to where the nest once was. And you see a man, human, dark skin, dark eyes, wearing like clothes that have seen better days. Clean, just worn and tattered. You see them poking around in the mud. They seem to have a little basket next to them. They kind of mumble to themselves, "I'll get you. I'll get you."
Who are you going to get?
Oh, surprised to see you. I'm getting the crawdads down here. And they gotcha! And this like red, like squirming things like up in there, and he puts it in a basket. One more for dinner. I don't see many people up in here. Why? Who are you? Why you come down my muddy river?
I'd like to insight check this man.
Insight check.
Your muddy river.
Would you like it to be
Damn.
clean?
It's only an 8.
Oh my god, you and your fucking cube.
Seems like
His name is Bart. Bart. Use his name.
Who is he reminding us of now? With their beings.
What?
I mean, seems like he's got some crawdads. Nothing gives you worry.
Have you found any yet?
I just found one. Put it in there.
Yeah, you watched him do it, Vera.
Oh, well, it's just I think there's better crawdads than that down the river, don't you?
My spot. I always find good stuff in my spots.
Well, I mean, I saw one about twice that size just the other day. Just a little down that river.
I don't go by big river. Too many big game down there. This is small, a little safer.
Oh, well, we already cleared out all the big game.
We did?
Yeah, that T-Rex and
Oh, big clearing out big game, and you come down my muddy little stream down here. What for? Why you come down here?
mostly just to see the sights, I suppose. Now, I don't know much about catching crawdads. Could you teach us a little bit?
You should make a deception check.
It's a 19.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'll be glad to teach you anything, but I'll be careful that further down there's a big area all burnt. If you keep at its direction, you run right into it. It's they say it's cursed.
I'm not real worried about fire.
What kind of curse?
I don't know. We talk about just ghosts and things that have sucked the life out of you. We'll leave you there, unable to move till you die and rise as one of them.
That's what's going on with the trees as well. The movements in the forest.
Well, I don't know. I don't know nothing about no movements. I just catch some crawdads. Well, you want to come help me catch them? You're welcome. Come on down.
All right.
Why don't you just boil the water? Kill them all right there.
Because then there wouldn't be any more.
You'd also have dirt in your crawdads.
Yeah, Brian puts them.
Yeah, it wouldn't be very
Takes him out.
flavorful.
He's like, see this? This here is male. Only ones we take. You gotta leave the females. They might have eggs. Keep things moving along.
Just seems inefficient.
Inefficient to not absolutely destroy a species.
I guess. It just seems like if you wanted to catch the most, you just boil the whole thing.
Well, I don't know how to do that. But don't know.
I can
what
help.
to be
Spark,
right.
no.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Fine.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch your name there, friend. The name's Barrick.
Barrick. My name is Gregory.
I'll tell you my name, but I'm not giving it to you. Name's Spark.
All right. Spark.
Fancy pants.
All right. Well, it's good to meet you all. Tell you what, I can cook some of these up. I got enough. I could give you a night's rest at my humble abode. It's in the middle of jungle that away.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Is that away towards
Can I-
where we want to go or away from where we want to go?
It's like perpendicular. Can I what?
Does he seem like eager to get us back to his place? Like an ulterior motive, or?
Make an insight check.
I'm sorry. I'm coming.
Male hag! We've never run into
No,
I've
those
it's
already
before.
failed his insight check. At this point, he's going on based on whatever Vera thinks.
That's a natural
Which is
20 for
probably-
28.
Hell yes!
Terrible idea.
He seems to, yeah. You get the impression that he very much wanted all of you to leave. And since you're not leaving, he's going to do whatever he can to prolong you going forward.
Interesting.
I mean, there's still a lot of daylight left. Why don't we go do that and then we'll come by your place after?
I would say with that check, Rowan, as they move, there's dirt all over them, but you notice Mud seems to go up on their the pants that they are wearing, but not leave additional mud streaks.
Oh, okay. On the but not like the pants stay clean
Yeah.
or okay. Interesting. I'm not gonna say anything out loud. Because you'd probably hear.
Well, are we gonna keep going and come back after?
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
should.
tired
We should
yet.
probably don't want to stray too far from our current objective, right?
No, we shouldn't.
It is time sensitive. We should see what we can find, and then maybe join this fine gentleman Gregory for a meal afterward.
Yeah. We'll see you
Seems
on
to
the
be
way
the
out, Greg.
Enjoy your crawdad fishing.
I'll be sure to do so. Be careful now. Don't want to get cursed.
Don't want to get what?
Cursed.
Oh,
Oh, right. Curses.
Kira just mutters under her breath, too late.
Then you go and you kind of go around the bend and say definitely row and you spy them sort of watching you go. Get a sense they're just waiting for you to be out of sight.
Yeah. As we get out of earshot, I'm just gonna say, I don't know much about what else they're wearing, but their pants were magical.
I mean, okay.
And they're still watching us. They wanted us out of there.
They wanted us out of there, or they wanted us to not head towards the nest?
I got the sense that they wanted us to leave where they were, right?
They
Nah.
ultimately didn't want you to go towards the nest. Is what you got. They're just trying to do everything they can to get you not in the
To
nest.
deter us. Yeah, they did
To the
not want
ruins.
us heading. They did not want us heading towards those ruins.
I mean, they said that though, right? They were like, "Don't get cursed. It's cursed over there."
Yeah, that's more like trying to be helpful. This kind of seems like a little less than just wanting to be helpful.
Hmm.
I'm just saying we
Well-
should keep our eyes out.
Well, considering we've been being watched since we entered the woods, I'm not all that surprised.
Right.
It's okay. I could probably summon a unicorn later, and we can take care of it all. It's not a big deal.
I could always message him.
What would you
See,
say?
What?
I don't know. I've been sending the same message now for a long time. So I haven't thought about sending anybody else a message.
I mean, I could just message him.
Or we could just continue on, and if he chooses to attack, we kill him.
I like that plan, Kira.
I like that plan.
I could plant a bean. I bet that confuse him.
No more trees, please, God, no
They
more.
all don't do that.
Yeah, sometimes they make land sharks that attack you.
That's not what happened. The land
Yeah,
shark
yes,
ate
it
my
did.
bean.
The one before this one spouted a geyser of wine.
Oh yeah, you were there for that, Kira.
I heard about that. The geyser of wine. I missed it.
Keep
though.
walking.
I told you already. Some pixies gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Their queen really liked me.
Mm-hmm.
like really liked me. Like Hellebrun, Evelina kind of liked me. You know what I mean?
And you didn't wind up married in a temple.
No, I was like, you guys go back to your Feywilds. I'll stay here. Turn down a pixie queen for y'all.
Well, maybe you'll meet her again.
All right. In that case, you head closer and closer until you start to see the blackened spires of wood. The rain has taken away most of the actual soot. Just the large hunks still remain. Nature's already begun to reclaim most of what's here. It's covered in thick, tall grass. So that eerie feeling of being watched is still around. Silences, and then movements that don't sound quite seem right far off.
If we're about to take a rest, is that about right?
I think we're in the
We're about to
mid.
be attacked.
Yeah, I
Oh.
thought we were like midday.
I think we
never
are,
mind. Never mind. Okay.
right?
What?
Aren't we like midday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to just start looking around for clues, I guess. I don't really know what I'm looking for.
I'm going to try to sneak around,
Yeah.
see what I see.
As you get even closer, there, out from one of the walls comes a woman. Seems elvish. Long red dress. Hail, travelers.
And how are you
to
today,
you
ma'am?
too.
It's good to see other faces. I'm sorry, I have to ask, why are you here?
Wait,
That's
no.
funny. I was about to ask you the same question. A lady alone in the woods? That seems mighty
Oh.
suspicious.
I'm
No,
sure.
it doesn't.
I don't know what there'd be a difference between a lady or a gentleman being alone.
Exactly,
but
Barrick.
The difference is the party that I keep. I'm not walking around here.
Oh,
all
I
by my
assure
lonesome.
you,
Well,
I'm
we'll all
not
just assume she's
either.
alone.
I assure you, I am not either. It is on their behalf that I am asking.
Whose behalf?
Why are you here, my friends?
We're reclaiming some bodies of friends.
I see. I assure you, there are no bodies left here.
So then you've moved them?
They've been repurposed.
See, now I don't like how you say that.
Oh, I simply mean cycle of life. Things eat dead things.
Do you eat dead things?
Don't you eat dead things?
Yeah.
Do you eat dead humans?
Sure.
Fair enough.
Insight check.
Do you kill the humans?
I don't.
That's terrible. That's a 6.
Yeah.
She said
I don't kill anybody who doesn't start a fight with me.
Fair
It's
enough.
the only die I rolled today. So 3.
Well, we're not trying to start a fight, but we're looking for some people. And their last location was here.
I see. This is a home that you're just looking for people at.
Well, we're not.
How long has this been your home?
Yeah.
It's none of your business, really.
Fair
It's
enough.
not been 2 moons since we 2 cycles of the moon since we were last here, and there was nobody living here. I can assure you that.
Then I guess we must have moved in after, huh?
Listen, hi. We don't mean to trespass, of course, and you have every right to question why we're traveling through here. The reality is that honestly, we've just come a very long way and are missing 2 very important people. And we don't mean to intrude, of course, but if you would be so kind as to escort us, we just want to make certain there's no trace. Perhaps they were here before you moved in and then they moved on. Maybe there's a clue. And if so, all the sooner we'd be out of your hair, in and out. We don't want to disturb anything or bring any harm to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Guidance.
All right. I will
Except when I do it, it's like a really hard, good job in the back.
I will use inspiration too. Why not?
Seems worthwhile.
All right. So that is. I need a d4. Okay, that is a 22.
I see. She looks around each of you. Then, how about this? I know it's midday. You give us till tomorrow's dawn. And you come on in. I will be here. There are areas that I might ask you not to go to. Are private areas. But as long as it's not in there, I am good. But I just need to give my family time to move. They're a little more shy than I am.
Of course, I understand completely. I come from a large family myself.
All right, then. I'll see you tomorrow morning, then.
Bright and early.
You promise you won't take anything out of here, because it could be a clue.
I promise.
Insight check.
Got it.
18, and I'll roll a d4. 19.
Seem to me what they say on that.
Okay, great.
They're not going to move anything. From other things, they are very obviously masking some other stuff, but it seems that their intention to let you go where there's nothing where they don't want you to go. I get the sense they're sizing it up, and there's this moment of going, we're not taking this fight without some of us dying. And them wanting to try to make it as peaceful as possible.
All right.
Do I get the sense that these guys are actually just squatters? Type of a thing?
Whatever they are, they're certainly not what they appear to be. You can tell between what you saw here and even as this one moves, the grass just doesn't seem right. The ground seems to respond a little too much to their presence. you get the feeling they're much bigger than they appear. You start to realize they must be using magic, even the magic that you all possess in your badges, to hide their true appearance. But whatever that is, they seem very concerned about anybody knowing it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wait for tomorrow.
Spell magic would not be a good idea right now, would it? So tempted.
Depends what your end goal is. Then, as you make camp and wait to see what tomorrow brings, we're in for tonight.
There's one thing I want to do.
Yeah, we're gonna sneak in.
As we get ready for camp, Vera will send a message.
Oh god.
Not now, but soon.
Not today, but soon.
We are gonna sneak in the middle of the night, right?
Oh, absolutely. I want to try to sneak in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad we're all
Yeah.
on the same page there.
That's why I didn't use my pass out trace yet.
Okay. Great. Good talk, everybody.
Yeah.
Good.
I was
Yeah,
just worried
we're
that we were
definitely-
gonna. Yeah.
Oh,
Probably gonna do
100%. We were sneaking in.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we're going to those places they don't want us to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of
That's the
course.
first place we're looking.
Man, I don't know what you
chaos.
thought that we were just gonna walk away and go camp.
Oh no, I didn't think that. I
The
just
amount of
this is just
chaos in this group
this
alone,
is just
I
what they were
agree.
going to do. You got to remember, I just play the characters. I just play the people that exist. I'm not trying to control anything. My goodness. All right, then those of you watching on Twitch, we will see you later. Let's see, we're back broadcasting Saturday, and of course, if you go to startplaying.game/gm. Yeah, art department will go live tomorrow night. And on Start Playing Games, we are accepting people who want to play the new setting, The Rock, that is coming out in July.
And
So,
for tonight, there's spots open for tonight.
yeah, they are. So, but anyway, we'll see y'all later. Good night.